Hello, welcome to the third episode of the Attitude Basics series. I'm Don Berg, and today we're exploring what it means to be an educated person. The traditional assumption is that an educated person is someone who has successfully jumped through the hoops that some institution has put in front of them, or else simply demonstrates a variety of conventional behaviors that are assumed to indicate intelligence. In an attitude-first educational setting, an educated person is someone who perceives accurately, thinks clearly, and acts effectively on self-selected goals and aspirations. An educated person also has a robust practice of cognitive cartography, mental map-making, in cooperation with their community so that their reality simulators are consistently updated to better reflect how the world really works. The key to true education is the ongoing development of cognitive maps of reality. Our cognitive maps of reality are the basis of our reality simulators, which I mentioned in episode 2 are a critical component of the educational process. We all have cognitive maps of the world, but our maps are mostly based on unconscious assumptions about reality rather than current direct experiences of reality. A very narrow portion of current experience keeps us in tune with a little bit of what's really going on, but most of what we think of as our moment-to-moment reality is just automatically filled in by unconscious assumptions about what should be, not what actually is. Thus, we all operate in the world based on illusions about the world. Most of the illusions are close enough to get by most of the time, but also cause problems when the reality of our situation contradicts the expectations of all those unconscious assumptions that are at work generating the fullness of experience. This has forced us to develop social systems for counteracting our problematic biases and limitations. The social system that stands out as the clearest example of correcting for inherent errors is science. It is very self-consciously designed to overcome our inability to individually generate accurate models of how the world actually works. Our biases and limitations originally evolved in a society that was significantly different from what we have today. The increased size and complexity of society has amplified some of our biases so much that we cannot even provide a basic, humane existence for everyone. In education, one consistent problem occurring today is the self-fulfilling prophecies of success and failure that our schools have institutionalized. We don't have any choice about creating self-fulfilling prophecies, so let's create a self-fulfilling prophecies for respect, responsibility, and resourcefulness, rather than arbitrarily labeling kids as failures for not fitting into outdated and narrow institutional ideas of good behavior. An attitude-first educational environment chooses the moral path of fulfillment rather than the moral path of discrimination or judgment, and exhibits a commitment to helping every member of the learning community co-create the school context in which they choose their goals and aspirations. For a more extensive exploration of the moral basis of this approach, please read my essay, The Moral Path of Curriculum, in the Rethinking School section at teachkidsattitudefirst.com. The attitude-first definition of an educated person means that the goal of the educational process is not attaining academic discipline. Academic disciplines are merely a means to the end of optimal states of mind, not an end in themselves. The goal, as I said, is the attainment of optimal states of mind and the development of robust maps of reality that would enable the learner to return to those optimal states regardless of the variety of circumstances that occur in their life. An educated person is a cognitive cartographer, that is, mental map maker, not merely a mental map reader who navigates life by the conventional assumptions as dictated by standardized social roles. Putting attitude before academics in school means encouraging and facilitating learners to become effective cognitive cartographers who repeatedly attain optimal states of mind in a variety of ways, and also make unconscious mental maps of the reliable routes that they traveled along their journeys of attainment. Thanks for joining me.